It is Monday morning, and we have a demolition derby on Saturday. So as you can see behind me, we got the A-team. We got Hillbilly, and we got my buddy Danny. Danny's down here for the week to help us out because somebody's taking a week's paid vacation.
I didn't schedule it.
And we'll explain more of that later. But as of right now, we got a lot of stuff to get done before Hillbilly gets kidnapped. He's been inside working on the floor, patching some rust. We've got to get a seat in it, a steering column, a shifter, a gas tank, a tranny cooler, a battery box, a motor, a transmission,
rear end.
And my transmission was supposed to be shipped, and it is in Washington State. So we might be sending Steve and the old Duramax all the way to Spokane, Washington to go pick up our transmission. If that's the case, we're gonna be saying bye to him too because we're in crunch time. If he leaves today, he can drive all day today, stay the night, get it, drive all the way home tomorrow. That'll work. All right. Let's get in here. I'll show you what Hillbilly has been up to. He's been patching the rust right here so we can put our seat. We gotta put a battery, transmission cooler here, tank, GoPro mount, steering column, shifter, pedals, brake line. Lots of stuff to do, so we're gonna get to work.
What are you doing, Hillbilly?
Tightening all the bolts for the link that holds the rear end in. We never done that when we put the rear end in. So we're doing it now. Right now I'm in the process of getting the humps chained.
While Hillbilly is working on chaining the humps, I'm getting my tap and die, or my tap ready, my drill. So I'm gonna go inside the car and I'm gonna get the transmission cooler tapped in 2 spots, drilled, tapped, and then I gotta build some plates. That's what I gotta do. Hillbilly, check out what I got. I went the other day to Hermanson's and got us a step stool to get in the limo, and I'm gonna use it to get up in the car. Hillbilly, I think I'm gonna put the transmission cooler on the crossbar, the kicker, instead of the back bar, because I can actually drill and tap 3 holes instead of 2.
What crossbar?
The one that goes from the back bar to the side bar. Then I don't have to weld the tab on with a bolt, and I don't have to weld a bolt to the back bar. Simpler.
Okie dokie, whatever floats your boat.
Sometimes you just have to put some counterweight on your drill bit. And it goes right through. We really need to get some tap magic. The penetrating wheel is gonna have to work. It's coming!
What did you just do, Hillbilly?
Cut a hole in the floor pan to put the brake line through it.
There's just about no floor where my throttle pedal's at. So we're just gonna put a bunch of bolts in and hope for the best.
On the roof is the box of bolts for that. It has all the big metal washers for the underneath. You clear?
Yeah.
It's gripping the floor.
Why'd you do that?
Because there's too big of a gap. So we moved the floor to the pedals so that way we can put a bolt in it. Hey Robby!
What?
We got mail. We got mail. We got Milwaukee mail.
You mean for real, for real?
For real, for real.
Where? Right here. Our friends at Milwaukee sent us a gift.
They love us.
So I reached out to my friends over at Milwaukee. I let them know, hey, I burnt up a drill. But that drill lasted me 13 years. So it was out of warranty. So let's see what they did for us. Got a battery, another battery. What? Oh, they shouldn't have. Check this out. Not only did we get one, we got 2 M18 fuel driven to outperform drills. These are gonna come in so handy. Thank you, Milwaukee. If you guys want some awesome tools, you need to go and buy some Milwaukee tools. So like I said, my last drill, we did all the tube notching on Hillbilly's Bronx Star, and I ended up burning it up. But after 13 years of coming to work every single day, that drill deserves to be replaced. They have a 5-year warranty, and we surpassed it by 8 years with no trouble. All right, Hillbilly, pump it up. Ew! Okay, hit it again. All right, ready?
Yeah.
Hold it. All right, we're getting tons of air. Hit it again. Hold it. Lots and lots of air.
Checking fluid. Gone.
Is it really gone?
Yeah.
That means we put air in the line again. So after about 1 pump, we've got to check it.
Filling up the brake reservoir. Putting the lid on. Ready?
Yep.
Pumping.
Hold it.
Holding. Checking fluid. Almost gone.
All right, we've got it all bled out. We're gonna let all the fluid drip down on the towels that I've got. Just got into the old derby car and it caught my pants and ripped a hole, so no more sharp edge. So while I was away, Hillbilly got the seat mounted in. Now we need to do the battery box. So he's gonna get the big humongous holes drilled. We laughed at him last time, but these bolts and plates actually work very, very well.
So I was just standing here and I went to rub my tooth with my tongue and a chunk of it fell out.
I'm welding the shifter base plate. I mocked the shifter in place. When I'm inside this car, I want full lockout. When I put this thing in reverse, I want my arm at full lockout. So I'm gonna get this welded here, then we'll get the steering wheel set to where it's like right here. I've got to put my seat belts in, and then we're pretty close in here. Danny's got the GoPro mount up here, put another GoPro mount back here. Yeah, so after that, literally all we have is the steering and the gas tank. We're making some heavy progress.
And then the motor.
Oh yeah, and then the motor. Hillbilly just got back from lunch, and I'm pretty sure some kidnappers are here to take him.
Are they big enough?
There's probably more than one of them.
Oh, then probably.
How's it going?
Here to kidnap Hillbilly.
No. Don't do it!
We're taking you.
All right, big enough. All right, fine. Have him. But
You ready for full new smile?
what exactly is going to happen on his week's paid vacation?
First, we're gonna have an interview. We're gonna talk a little bit about your story. Then after that, we're going to have your smile design. We're gonna create what your look's gonna look like, your teeth are gonna look like. And after that, we'll have the surgery, remove your teeth, and the next day we'll install your new implants.
Then he's back to work
Yep,
Wednesday
real
night.
quick.
Probably, hopefully in time for the Derby, right?
It's on Saturday afternoon. Will he make it? I don't think Hillbilly's going to make it to the Derby. This is a little bit more important. All right, well, this is where we say goodbye to Hillbilly. They're kidnapping him. So
Let's go, baby.
good luck.
I don't know if it's just kidnapped, I'm willing.
It's kidnapped! I'm not willing! Just kidding.
I am.
Good luck.
Thank you.
He's gonna be a whole new man. I feel like when he comes back, he's gonna be like that baby meme where they put teeth in babies. That's all I can picture. I can't wait to see.
Any last words to Robby?
Good luck.
I don't need to luck. I'll be
Have your
fine.
car done?
I'll be fine. I've built derby cars before.
All right.
Hey, see you guys. I am figuring out the gas tank mount. Yeah, it's gonna do exactly what I think it's gonna do. So it's gonna sit on that flat
And then go
and
get
butt up to that. So that's what I was hoping for.
yeah, it's perfect square.
So now I need to get the width, and it's 12 inches at exactly 16 and 7/8. We're gonna cut our bars at 16 7/8.
Watch your toes.
Noise, swing, swing. Oh, what's wrong with it? It's got gas in it.
It's got gas in it. Definitely wasn't expecting that.
Now I gotta do a lot of thinking, and thinking makes my brain hurt. So Danny is a lot smarter than me, and he wants to use oil so he doesn't just burn them up like I do in the first hole. He'll get 4 holes out of that bit instead of just 1. That's why we got him around. We'll weld this one in first. We've got that side all welded in. Danny's gonna jump in here and get the other side welded up, but doesn't look too bad. It's the fuel pump side of the fuel tank, so we'll do the other one the exact same, get it all welded in, and then we'll slip that tank in here and bolt it in.
I'm not in a good spot with the seat right here. I keep hitting my head and knocking the helmet.
Nice.
Will you put the helmet down for me? Thank you, kind sir. Underneath the car, there's some more paper towels, and they're on fire. Oh!
Oh!
You ever tried to suffocate fire with yourself? Me neither.
Get those out from under there.
All right, so we planned on putting the gas tank in, but Danny's got to get back up to West Valley, and I got to go pick my kids up. So we'll get back at it tomorrow. It is tomorrow.
It's like writing on a chalkboard right next to it. It's curtain.
Welcome back.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Okay, stop it.
All right, so we got to make a list. So we got a lot of stuff to do to this car, but we still don't have transmission. So we're gonna do all the little odds and ends, except for the motor and transmission. All right, so we have a very, very large list. Here's our list of needs to be done. Here's what we're gonna do today. So I'm putting a T so that we know what we need to do. So we're doing a gas tank, shifter, front tires, steering, roof sign, window bars, hood bolts, and cut firewall. Tomorrow or the next day we'll be wiring radiator and the engine and transmission. We're waiting on a transmission from Summit Racing, so as soon as that gets here, we'll button them together and put them in the car. Well, Danny and Joel, and I'll explain who Joel is here in a minute. He came down to help us out. I'm gonna be putting this in while they're putting the fuel tank in. They've got the roof sign in. So once I do this, then we will check off a few notches on our list. Not gonna work right there.
Feeling pretty tapped out there. Oh!
Okay.
Right there.
Yeah, that's this right here.
Yep.
So I'm gonna go just straight down and straight back, right?
Yep. Perfect. Easy.
You're like everybody's gift in life.
No. No, you are.
You guys saw it first. How you strike an arc when you don't smoke. That's it. That is how you drill 4 holes really, really fast. We're gonna have to go out back, find us some more bolts. Our bolt bin is not assembled yet. So we're back here in a bolt bin. The reason we keep coming out here is we want to be able to appreciate what we have when we have it. And having to come out here and find bolts is gonna make us really, really appreciate our boltsandnuts.com bolt bin once we set it up. We're supposed to have bins soon. Let's do the bottom ones first.
Yeah.
All right, so we've got the window bar in. Let's hurry and check our list right before lunch. So we've got, did you guys get the gas tank in?
Yep.
Stop it.
Okay, gas tank done. What about the shifter?
Yep, it's done.
Okay, shifter's crossed
I
off.
switched the pins on it too for the lockout.
Awesome. Okay, what about steering?
No,
Tires?
no,
Engine and transmission?
no.
Roof sign?
Yes.
Check. Window bars?
Yep.
Radiator?
Nope.
No.
Wiring?
No.
Hood bolts?
No.
Cut firewall?
Nope.
No.
Nope. All right, cool. Okay, so after lunch, we have a few odds and ends we can do, but we're pretty well out of things to do until we get the, let's do the radiator mounts today. But we'll do that, we'll add that to our list. Wow, the tip of my marker's ruined and I don't know why. So when we get back, we'll do the front tires, the steering, the radiator mount, and cut firewall. We're headed to lunch.
All right, so we're gonna get a bracket made for the steering to hook up to this, but where the stock steering column went into the vehicle is kind of in the way for what we need for that slider steering column. So we're gonna cut out the stuff that's in here to make room for it, and then we can take some measurements and build the bracket that we need. Tire.
Yep.
Right, and master cylinder. Hopefully that didn't melt anything right underneath the brakes, but it wasn't too hot.
Little
It's
off.
pretty bad.
It's all good. So we're gonna wanna have it somewhere in that neighborhood right there. So we're getting the steering all set up and situated right where I like it, which is here.
You're like in a lazy boy in that thing.
Yeah, I lock everything out.
Reclined.
So when I hit somebody, I'm a full lockout,
Mad dog
and
style.
I like it. We've got the steering right where I want it. Joel's gonna weld it all together. Steering is just about in. All right, so it is Tuesday afternoon. We still don't have a transmission. We still don't have a motor. We're getting a lot of stuff done, but I don't know if we're gonna have this done because the Derby is literally on Saturday. Hillbilly's not here. He's gone. We've got Joel helping us and we've got Danny helping us. But we can only get so far today. We've got our list made. We're gonna get all the things checked off the list. Hopefully the engine and transmission make it in before Thursday.
Don't let him fool you. He's never not made it to a derby.
There's always a first for everything. This has to be done by Thursday. That gives us Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And Friday, I'm taking Adley to a very special event with her daddy.
Welcome. We're going to dismount these tires so that we can get some new tubes in them, but we decided to dismount them completely because they're filled with mud, so that way we can pressure wash them and get them clean so we don't have anything that's going to pop the new tubes once they go in. The tube is already destroyed, so I'm not going to worry about kicking it out of the way. Just like that, tire falls off.
Rather than walk around the hood, go under it. Being efficient. Alright, so we're going to show you an effective way to get water out of the inside of a tire.
Take some tips from going to Vegas, how to roll some dice. Because it's got to land right on the angle.
Only a true tire technician would know that trick.
All right, now look inside there. Water's gone.
That's what happens when you work for a tire store for like 5 years of your life. Danny's gonna put tubes in these tires and then we're gonna get them mounted up on the front of that car. Things are coming along.
Amazing. I'm just adjusting these collars to keep the steering shaft aligned between the steering joints.
So the reason we want those collars adjusted correctly is when this thing starts to bend, all that we want to move in that steering is this slip shaft right here. So we've got about 10 inches of slip. We don't want the column itself to move because then it would come into me. It'd be like this. I'm the steering wheel. Nobody needs that. The collars ensure that it stays on the heim joints right where it needs to be. So we've just about got that all taken care of. Got that thing welded in nice. Once it's adjusted, we'll be able to check that off our list. So this is Joe Lefevre, and he is from Builder's Garage. So he actually won something on our live feed the other day, and I said on camera, hey, at least you're close, you can come down and pick this up. So he decided to come down and offer up his time for the day. So we really appreciate that he came down to help us. And not only that, he's going home with a TV and a sound bar, and he gets to help us out on our derby car. So we really appreciate it. Something cool. It took him 6 hours to get here. You gotta see what he drove here in. Let's go take a look at it. All right, so you guys may not know it, but I once was a rat rodder. So I actually have a 1931 Chevy 4-door sedan. The derby thing kind of translated over into the rat rod thing, and the rat rod's kind of translating over into restorations. It's all making a full circle. Joel drove his rat rod truck all the way down here from Vernal, Utah. He's gonna tell us a little bit about it.
So I built this 2 years ago for a $4,000 budget build off. Ended up, part of the rules was you had to drive it 1,000 miles to the event. So we drove from Vernal to the Salt Flats and then back across Utah, Wyoming, and up into Montana. It's been driven around a lot. It's a 27 Chevy truck cab, Buick nailhead engine, underslung suspension, a lot of different stuff, rear mounted radiator, kind of unique in my style. So I build stuff, build it to drive it.
And it drove down here.
And it drove down here.
Super cool build. One thing that we kind of have in common, when I built my rat rod, it was for the 2012 rat rod build off. So I did the same style of thing, but we started in St. Louis, Missouri, and we drove our rat rod all the way to Alexandria, Louisiana, which was like 700 miles. So he drove more, but I've had my rat rod on the road since 2012. I'll have to introduce you guys to the old lab rat one of these days. Anyway, it's been up.
Get together and go on a cruise.
Yeah, we should definitely do that. Mine's up at my buddy Case's house in Heber City. So I'm gonna have to get that back, Case, and we'll start driving it. All right, so let's check our list. Steering. Oh, Danny's not even here to enjoy that. Front tires are halfway done. So it looks like we've got cut firewall, radiator mounts, and finish the tires. So what I'll do, I think we're gonna raise this up. I'll have Joel start pulling the front wheels off so that when Danny gets done, he can get them installed immediately. And I'm gonna start cutting that firewall out.
What are you doing?
Just mounting up these front tires. Got the first one done, so I can go show you a little bit of the process of the second one of how I do it. When I'm doing the tubes though, I don't wear my gloves because I don't want to have any chance of pinching them. So I want to be sure that I can feel the tube itself and get it out of the edges. So what I mean by the edges is when the tube goes in and the tire comes in, the tire is going to run right along this side and go up underneath so that that whole thing can go around, and the tube will sit right in there too. So I'll be filling with my fingers and the bar to make sure the tube doesn't get pinched in between the tire and the rim itself. So first process, we get the bottom of the tire put on, and then putting the tube in can be a little bit tedious. So this handy dandy arm, I like to use it because it's there, so use the tools that we have. So we'll just hold that up out of the way, and then I can start feeding the tube in. So I like to put a little bit of air in right before so the tube has some sort of shape but not super flimsy so that it can go where it's at. And that's all I do, just a little tiny bit so that it can still flex around and not get stuck on the rim. So I got the tube in, got out of the pinch areas, getting the valve stem set, and then we have a tool so that we can hold it so that way the valve doesn't slide back in. Makes life simple so you're not fishing for a valve again once you've mounted the tire. Like Robby said, I worked for a tire shop for quite a few years. So I do it just like I'm doing with tires with sensors. I keep the valve away from where the tire machine's going.
This takes pure, raw strength.
Muscles. But I'm so glad you're here, because you can operate this. All right, give me some air.
Boom.
I put 45 in the other one.
So now that we've got it all cut out, and I nearly lost an eyeball, Joel's gonna slit the transmission tunnel, basically just putting little cuts for relief. That way when the front of the car starts to bend, it won't break the transmission.
Do you want like opened up rectangles or just?
Whichever. No, that
He
one.
told me to draw on that
That's
one.
fine. Yep. We got new lug nuts. Check these out. They're the right size lug nut, but big outsides. So the wheels will not fall off. It's a secret.
Robby said that there's 4 and 4 lug nuts, but if you look here, I have 5. I think he lost one. And then Ugga Duggas for good luck.
Some of you out there may recognize these wheels. These are Chevy SS 454 wheels from the 90s. And they're the best wheels for derby cars. Best wheels ever invented. So if you have any Chevy SS chrome or black wheels, send us an email or drop a comment because I will buy them. Because I really like them.
And a couple Duggas for good luck.
That's how many Ugga Duggas we do. Well, now that we've got it all done, let's check our list. Oh, tires. Done. Firewall's cut. Done. Look at that. All we have to do now is the radiator mounts.
You forgot one thing on the list.
What?
Paint.
No, that's today's. I'm just trying to think of today's list. Paint is for Thursday.
No, you always knew the engine and transmission were not coming today.
Look, that was there. Paint is for Thursday. So, yeah, now we just need to get the radiator mount done. All right, so Joel and Danny got the radiator mount in. So when our new radiator gets here, we'll put it in place. We just kind of got it mocked up. You can kind of see the gist of it. Let's go to our list. See what else we got to do. That's it.
Stop.
Oh, dang it, it broke.
You broke the tip off the markers.
So it looks to me like we got everything we need to get done today done. We have accomplished so much of the little stuff. We've basically got the car to the point where we can't go any further. We've got everything done besides the engine, transmission, hood, and a few other major things that are super, super important that we just don't have done. We wouldn't have been able to do it without Joel and his help. He gets to take his TV and head home. All right, as always, we appreciate you. If you enjoyed this video, go check out this one. Boing.